Hey everybody, if you don't already know, I'm O and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I decided that we would take a look back at just how far we have come, some of the projects that we have undertaken to bring us to where we are today. I know that a lot of you are newer to our channel, so you weren't around when these videos dropped. And so I figured that this little compilation will give you just some insight to how far we have come, all the little projects that it took to make the big impact that turned our little backyard into our oasis. So check it out. As you can see, the first step that made quite a large impact was getting rid of our shack, aka our garage, and all of the debris that was left behind, including tons of trees and tree branches that seem to have been chucked over the gate by our neighbors over the years. This is an old 1920s colonial, so there is no telling how long that stuff was back there. We spent some time doing some deep cleaning out here, including power washing and also putting in some plants. The next major project I would say was putting in our pergola. It was important for me to establish like a patio area because we didn't really have like a concrete patio. We had a small concrete slab, but I figured this pergola was the best way to establish a patio area, and I love it. It was fairly easy to put together. If anyone's interested, I'll try to link it in the description. But my husband did a great job overall, and just getting it in place was a group effort. It was a family affair. Just for some insight, our property shares a driveway with the house next door. And for that reason, we always felt that we could not get a privacy fence because it would make it difficult for everyone on their side and our side to get our cars in and out and park them on a regular basis. So no fence, but we did want to put up a privacy wall in one specific area that really just faced where they keep their trash. We didn't want to have to look at that while we're trying to like enjoy ourselves in the backyard. So I found these 2 panels at Lowe's and bound them together just using these fence pickets and erected a privacy wall. This is one of the many times that you'll see me paint something black here on my channel. For me, you just can't go wrong with black. It's the perfect neutral. I can pair it with anything. Anyway, moving on, we wanted to add, some glow to the yard. So we hung some lights on our new pergola. For added privacy when necessary, I wanted to hang some outdoor curtains from the pergola. I tried everything, magnets, whatever, and I could not get a nice secure way to mount these curtains. So I finally purchased some titanium drill bits and drilled directly into the metal of the pergola and hung them from curtain rods. After all was said and done, I began looking at this path that we created years ago, and it was getting on my nerves. The red pavers, it just wasn't working for me, so I did what I had to do. Now, could I have just pulled up the pavers and put down new ones? Of course, but did I want to? Absolutely not. During that time, I finished this backyard look off with a fire pit from Aldi and this rug that I found from Amazon that I'm still in love with to this day. I want to thank you all for clicking on this video. If you are new here, welcome. I'm O. My channel is a lifestyle channel full of DIY projects and home improvement. I hope you enjoy yourself enough that you'll go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe on your way out after you've watched the video, of course. I hope you get tons of inspiration, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you're notified when I drop new videos. So going into the summer of 2023, I was thoroughly pleased with all the work that we had done in the yard the year prior. Obviously, there were some new touches that I wanted to add, one being a drink station. I had noticed that every time we entertained, we'd always have to set up a table where we would have like our drink dispenser and cups and ice and whatnot, but it would just be like a folding table. So I wanted something more just specific for that. So I purchased this potting bench from Amazon. Again, I will try to link it in the description. And it served as the perfect drinking station with just a coat of paint and some accessories. So check this out. The next undertaking was a large one, too large for a DIY. Unfortunately, New Jersey, the state that I'm in, started experiencing lantern flies. If you know, you know. If you don't, Google it. But these lantern flies begin to wreak havoc on our property, the grass, the trees. It was killing trees. As you can see, the base of this tree is black. It was just killing this tree off. Unfortunately, we had to take the tree down because we did not want to take the chance of this large tree damaging our neighbor's property. So we had a tree company come and completely take this tree down. It was not something we wanted to do, but something we had to do. that was quite a interesting process to witness. I will say that I really enjoyed the light that it gave the yard, because I didn't realize how dim the yard was until the tree came down. They did leave a stump that day, but they came back another day and ground the stump down. As you can see, all of this stuff on the fence came from that tree, and you can see what it did to the grass. It just really just made a mess of our yard. As I mentioned before, we do have this shared driveway, so we never bothered trying to get a privacy fence, but we finally went ahead and got that process started. Somebody who shall remain nameless needed some convincing, but I'm pleased that they finally got on board. And to date, of all the projects we have done on this property, this privacy fence has got to be my favorite. Obviously, I documented our full experience. We used Lowe's for this fence. Lowe's does contract outside companies to put in the fence, to install the fence. So the company that actually installed it, they were great. These guys, they killed it in no time flat. However, Lowe's themselves, if you want to go check out that video as to what our experience was like with them, feel free. And again, with the fence, the main concern was being able to park our cars and turn them around properly, so we had to test that out. In addition to this privacy fence on this side of the house, we had a vinyl gate put in on the other side as well. That required a lot of digging. These trees had originally covered that area, and now they needed a new home, so we found the perfect place planking this opening of our gate. Now, stick with me here, y'all. When we first planned this fence install, that tree that you saw them take down, that tree was there. So we did not plan to have a panel put there because the tree was there. It would be no need. The tree would have taken up the space. Like I said, we didn't plan on having that tree taken down, but in the meantime, the tree was taken down and that left a void. That area was not included in our original plans with Lowe's, so we had to DIY a panel ourselves. So we had 2x4s cut at Home Depot, and we also purchased a few, I don't remember how many, fence pickets and cut them down to size. And I used the metal post that we originally used for the privacy wall that we made a while back. Once that fence went up, it just opened up a whole new world for me. Like, the possibilities were endless. I really just felt like I had a private yard now. So I wanted to spruce up the drink station area. I originally had planned on pouring a concrete slab, but once I saw these large pavers, I decided to work smarter, not harder. We also put in a few new plants and put down some mulch as well. This area we're looking at right here is exactly where the privacy wall was before. There was already a few hostas planted there. As you can see, at this time they were just coming in, and we went ahead and added a new one there as well. Where the drink station originally set in the grass, it left a bald spot in the grass, and I just wanted to fill that area in, so I grabbed a few of these smaller pavers, and I shared this little hack of how I got them to set into the surface of the ground as opposed to just sitting on top. If you are new here, please take all these things that you see me do with a grain of salt. I am no professional. Obviously, I am just a homeowner who is not afraid of a DIY to just try to get things to look the way that I want them to look. I next set my sights on covering up these meters and wires. I grabbed some wood that was initially intended for another project, and I wanted to keep it inexpensive. That's a theme here on my channel. So I grabbed these placemats and used them to create a screen to cover up these things. And I mounted some planters onto the screens just to finish off the look. Home improvement projects can be a vicious cycle of seeing one thing, fixing it, and then once you fix that, it makes another area stand out. And that's what happened once we put the drink station in. It made us want to spruce up my husband's grill station, which is just opposite of it. We did that with some simple improvements. First, getting rid of the red on this grill. Present day, he has another grill that's red, and I have to paint that one too. But we started with painting the grill and adding those same concrete pavers to the other side as a place for him to have his grill station. The full version of all of these videos featuring all of these projects are still available here on my channel. If you're looking for more detail of how these things were done, they're still available here, and I will try to link them all in the description so that you can check them out. at this point, I had worked with a company that provided us with some patio storage, and I love decor that also has function as well. So we've been using this as sort of a outdoor coffee table, and it's one of my favorite pieces in the yard. With the new fence and the new setup, we wanted to add some extra lighting and some security, especially where our cars are parked now that they're outside of the yard. Moving back over to our patio area, I felt it was time to take this area to the next level, obviously keeping it affordable. So this was a DIY. I started off simply with pulling up those pavers that you saw me paint a while back. And then I went ahead and painted the concrete slab that you see right here and the lower half of the wall. This is a brick and stucco paint from Home Depot. I think it's Behr. I'm not positive. If you have any questions about anything that I don't specifically mention in this video, feel free to leave it down in the comments. This next step took us out, but it was well worth it. It was a lot of digging and bending and it's just a lot of everything. We decided to go with a gravel patio. Once again, obviously, we are no professionals. We simply did our best to do research and went from there. So if you see a step that's probably not what you would have done, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but we love the way it turned out. The final step for this gravel patio for us was using mulch glue. I got this on Amazon and it made a world of a difference. Going into the summer of 2024, being that we did so much last year, I knew I didn't want to do too much, but there were some small projects that I wanted to take on, starting with creating a riser for our fire pit. Cinder blocks are always an affordable option for outdoor projects. They weigh a ton, but they do not cost a ton. So I'm glad we were able to come up with this little configuration to raise the fire pit up out of the grass. And yes, another coat of black paint. I told you guys in the beginning that you're going to see me do this a lot. And most recently, I wanted to yet again upgrade my husband's grill station. The last time we did spruce up the area, but the grill station itself needed to be replaced. It was falling apart quite a bit. It was long overdue. This time I am again using another potting bench. This one I did not get from Amazon, but it is available on Amazon. It was important to us to mount a light above the grill station, and in order for us to do that, we needed to create a wall, if you will, and we did that simply using some fence pickets from Lowe's. Again, keeping it easy, keeping it affordable. And we finished this project off by extending the mulch area that surrounds the grill station. And to think that we thought that because of the size of our yard and because of the configuration with the shared driveway that we couldn't have our own private yard. And to go from that big, pile of dirt that we had before to this space that we just love enjoying. It blesses me so. I am so grateful just looking back and seeing how far we've come and all the hard work that went into changing this space. But anyway, you guys, thank you for clicking on this video. I hope you are leaving with some inspiration. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching.